Hello students, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to do the revision of the third chapter. Okay, this is the third chapter, so third chapter revision. Okay, revision of the third chapter. And remember, so on Monday or Tuesday we are going to have MCQ test. Okay, multiple choice questions. So it is very simple test. Okay, you can write within 10 minutes. You can write the test within 10 minutes. All are multiple choice questions, and each question carries 1 mark, total 20 questions. 20 questions into 1 mark. Okay, total how many? 20 marks. Okay, it is very simple, and you don't have to write anything, just select the options. So select the options, the test will be very interesting. So the test will be prepared from these topics only. Whatever the topics that we discuss now, from the topics only the questions will come. So it is very entertaining and very interesting. So don't miss the test, and also don't miss the class now. Okay, and remember one thing, if you have any doubts or questions, post it in the comment section so that we can discuss your questions or doubts. Okay, and by the way, good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon everyone. And now let us start about our discussion, that is chapter 3 revision. Okay, this is animal tissue. Okay, so what is animal tissue? Animal tissue means the tissue which is present in the animals, that is known as animal tissue. Example, human beings, cow, buffalo, sheep, etc. They all are animals. They have tissue. Those tissue are known as animal tissue. Okay. And now here the introduction. Here remember one thing, most of the topics are deleted or removed in the revision chapter for the examination. It means complete chapter is not there for the exam. Only important topics are there. Those important topics are used for the examination. From these topics only questions will be prepared. Okay, so the test may be on Monday or Tuesday, so that you can attend. I will let you know the time and date about the examination. Okay, so animal tissue. In animal tissue there are different types of tissue are there. So what is meant by cell? First of all, we have to understand what is meant by cell. Cell is a structural, okay, functional unit of life. Okay, structural functional unit of life. So it means each and every cell, each and every organism is made up of cells. Okay, whether it may be bacteria, whether it may be human being or animal or plant or anything. So all living organisms is made up of cells. Okay, so hence we can say the cell is a structural functional unit of life. Okay, based on the function, there are 4 types of tissue. In animals, how many types of tissue? There are 4 types of tissue. Remember, it may come in the examination. So how many types of tissue? There are 4 types of tissue. They are epithelial cells. Okay, epithelial cells. Next, connective tissue. Okay, epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. So these are the 4 types of tissue. It is important. So how many types of tissue? There are 4 types of tissue. They are epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous tissue. Okay, so first one is a epithelial tissue. So in the epithelial tissue, so you can simply define the word. Epi means outer. Okay, thelium means tissue. Okay, it means epithelium means outer tissue. And by the way, if you have any doubts or questions, just let me know in the comment section so that we can discuss. Okay, so you can post your doubts or questions or any comments. So in the you can discuss all those things in the comment section. Okay, so if any doubts, just let me know in the comment section. So do you have any doubts? Just let me know in the comment section. Okay, so next is epithelial tissue. Epi means outer. Okay, in here the epithelial tissue, epi means outer. So thelium means a tissue. Epithelium, epi means outer, thelium means tissue. That is known as epithelial tissue. Okay, so here epithelial tissue helps in the protection. How it is going to help in the protection? For example, if you see the skin is the outermost layer. Your hand, your leg, and everything. So your body is going to have a tissue, that is epithelial tissue. This epithelial is going to have the protection, help in the protection. It is going to help the body. So from different types of microorganisms, viruses, etc. Okay, it is going to help the body to fight against the disease. It means just it will not allow other dust particles or many microorganisms into the body. Okay. So next is these epithelial cells are again classified into different types. It means epithelial cells are again classified into different types. So they are squamous epithelium. Okay, they are squamous epithelium, stratified epithelium, cuboidal, glandular, columnar, and also modified epithelium. So these are the different types of epithelial cells. Okay, so here you can see the epithelial tissue. If you observe, the tissue looks like this. So first one is a squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium is a delicate, it means it is very delicate. It is going to form outer layer, okay, and also it is going to involve in the transportation of substances selectively through permeable membrane. So it is involved in the permeability. So that is about squamous epithelium. Okay. So here the structure can be here. This is a squamous epithelial cells. Next is a stratified. These tissue are found with arrangement of the cells in the form of layers. So see here, strata. Strata means layers. They are formed in the layers. The layers are formed. Such kind of layers is known as stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, so one is a squamous, next is a squamous epithelium, next a cuboidal. So remember the word cube. Okay, they are looking like a cube. So they are known as cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium means they are looking like a cubes. So stratified means they are arranged a layer. Layers of cells are formed. These layers are layers of cells known as stratified squamous epithelium. Okay. So next cuboidal. Cuboidal means they are going to form a cube-like structure. They are known as cuboidal epithelial cells. So these cuboidal epithelial cells, they are going to form the lining of the organs. What is meant by lining? Let us consider this is a heart. Okay, heart, the 4 chambers heart. So this layer, the lining of the heart or lining of the kidneys and so on. So these are the organs. Lining of the organs. So help that is made from the cuboidal epithelial cells. Okay. So next is they are also help in the formation of ureters. Okay. So ureter is nothing but they are a tube that is coming from the kidney. They are known as ureters. So they also provide mechanical support to the salivary glands. Salivary glands means what? These salivary glands are nothing but these are the glands which is present in the saliva. They are known as salivary glands. So next is the glandular epithelium. Some cells forms in the inward folding of the multicellular glands and of secretion of substances, example saliva, sweat, etc. So they are made and they are helpful in the formation of the multicellular glands. Gland is nothing but a tissue, inward tissue. Such kind of inward tissue is known as gland. So these glands are helpful in the secretion of some substances. So they are known as glandular epithelium. So next is columnar. Column means, just to see the word columnar means they are going to form a columns. So they are forming a columns like this. Okay, do you know the column? So they are looking like this. So they are columns like structure. They are columnar epithelium. So example, small intestine. In the small intestine, you will see the columnar epithelial cells. These cells, if you see under the microscope, they are looking like columns. Okay, so they are columnar epithelial cells. So next is modified epithelial cells. So our epithelial tissue. Modified means what? Change. So they have changed to some other thing. Okay, some kind of thing they are changed. So such kind of changed tissue is known as modified epithelial tissue. So example, so these are going to, they have some structures of the body grown from the epithelial tissue known as modified epithelial tissue. Example, so they are going to form hair, nails, feathers, etc. So these are the structures they have made. So these structures are nothing but modified epithelial cells. So in these cells there is some kind of changes that lead to the formation of hair, hair, nails, feathers, and so on. Okay. So next is the connective tissue. So these tissue are loosely spaced. Okay, loosely spaced and mainly involved in the support of various organs. So this tissue supports in the organs and also muscles of the body and provides a framework. So framework is nothing but, so the organs are made into some structures. Okay, for example, heart or kidney and so on. They are like a kidney, you can see here, the kidney and so on. So they are made, they are held in the position. They are held in the position because of the framework. Why? Because they are going to provide the framework. With the help of the framework, these organs are in place. Okay, based on the function, the connective tissue are classified into areolar tissue, okay, adipose tissue, bone tissue, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and also blood cells. These are the different types of the connective tissue. Okay, so again we have seen the epithelial cells are divided, again connective tissue are divided. So we will discuss one by one about the connective tissue. In the connective tissue, the first one is the areolar tissue. So these tissue are going to join different types of tissue, and they are going to help in the position, keeping the position of the cells and also fibroblast cells. So these cells are also known as fibroblasts. So areolar tissue or fibroblast, both are same. Okay. So fibroblasts, they are going to secrete fibrous materials for some important functions. Example, holding tissue in position, repairing of the tissue, and etc. These all are the functions of the areolar tissue. So here the areolar tissue is going to connect the muscles and the skin, and also can be seen around the tissues of the blood vessels and also nerves. So this is about the areolar tissue. So next is adipose tissue. What is adipose? Adipose is nothing but fat. Okay, adipose tissue is going to hold the fat, or they are going to store the fat material. So these tissue are going to store a lot amount of fat, and they are going to fill with fat globules. Fat globules are nothing but oil material, oil or some kind of fatty material, that is known as fat globules. So they are going to store the fat, and also these cells are mainly below the skin. These cells are present mainly below the skin and also between organs, and they are going to act as an insulator. What is insulator? Insulator is nothing but below the skin. Let us consider this is skin, and below the skin these cells are present. These adipose tissue are present. These adipose tissue are filled with some kind of fat globules. So hence they will prevent the cold, heat, etc. It means during the winter season you cannot feel much cold. Why? Because this fat material is going to help in the protection from the cold. Okay. So if you see under the microscope, these fat cells or adipose tissue is going to look like this. Okay, this is a fat tissue or adipose tissue. Okay. Next connective tissue is a bone tissue. This bone tissue is going to form a framework, and also it is going to support the body and the major components of the skeleton system. So what is skeleton system? Skeletal system is nothing but arrangement of bones, different bones. The bones arranged. Okay, bones are arranged. How they are arranged? So these bones are arranged one another, okay, from one another. So hence these are known as bone tissue. So this bone tissue is mainly made up of calcium phosphate and also calcium carbonate, which are secreted by the osteocytes. Osteocytes are nothing but these are the cells of the bones. They are made up of, they are secreting the calcium and phosphate and also calcium carbonate for the formation of the bones. Okay, so you can see in this diagram bone, and these are the osteocytes. Okay, they are going to secrete calcium carbonate and also calcium phosphate. Okay. So next is the cartilage. So what is the cartilage? Cartilage is nothing but a material between the bone. Okay, between the bones, these cartilage is present. So it is not as hard as bone, but it is little bit smooth. Okay, the cartilage is mainly involved in the formation of bone joints. Okay, between the bones, this cartilage is present. And also in the bone tips, this cartilage is present. Ribs, nose, ears, trachea, fishes. In the fishes, the cartilage is present. Okay, and embryos of the vertebrate also. It means when the human beings are in the form of embryo in the mother's womb, they are going to have the cartilage only. Okay, so this is about the cartilage. So here you can see between the bones, you can see cartilage. Okay, cartilage is present between the bones and also bone tips also. So next is the ligaments. So ligaments is made up of large number of fibroblasts. Okay, and large number of fibers. Example, collagen. It is elastic protein of the fiber, and ligaments are going to connect the bones at the joints. Ligaments means, what is meant by ligaments? Bone to bone. Okay, if the bone to bone connection is known as ligaments. So these ligaments are mainly connecting bones. Okay. So next is tendons. So tendons is nothing but bones to tissue. Okay, bones to muscles or bones to the skin. So they are going to help in the formation of muscles and bones. Okay, muscles and bones are attached. Muscles and bones are attached because of the tendons. Okay. So next is the blood cells. Blood cells is also a type of connective tissue. How it is? It is a type of connective tissue. Why? Because the blood is fluid connective tissue and the heart is going to pump the blood. So mainly heart is going to pump the blood. So that is main important thing over here. So if you have any doubts or questions, just let me know in the comment section. Okay. So within 2 to 3 minutes, just ask me the questions if you have any doubts, or you may have the doubts or questions. Just let me know in the comment section or live chat section. Any doubts in it? So the stream of blood flows through the closed vessels in the body, and also the blood indicates the health condition. So how it is going to indicate the health condition, whether you are ill or whether you are fine or whether you are suffering from any diseases, are mainly found by doing blood test. It means the blood is going to show, this blood is going to indicate your health condition. And if you see, the blood is fluid connected tissue, heart is going to pump, and nearly 36,000 liters of the blood is pumped over a distance of 20,000 kilometers in 24 hours. It means the same blood is going to circulate this much time in the body just because of the heart. Okay. So next is the blood has fluid-like portion. It is known as plasma. So what is plasma? Plasma is nothing but if you remove water-like substance from the blood cells, it is known as plasma. Plasma is except blood cells, the water-like portion is known as plasma. So here the 5 liters of the blood is circulating in the adult human being. So just 5 liters. So in the adult human being, it means young man, he is going to have the 5 liters of the blood. And the blood is red in color. Okay, if you see the blood is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. Okay, so due to the presence of hemoglobin. So hemoglobin is a protein. It is present in the RBC. In the RBC, the hemoglobin is present. It is going to provide a red color to the blood. Okay, and in some organisms like snails, so snails is going to have the white colored blood. So snails is going to have white colored blood, and also blue colored blood is present. Snails is going to have the blue colored blood, while the cockroaches are going to have the white colored blood. Okay, and here the several nutrients, the like whether it may be glucose, okay, amino acids, vitamins, proteins, etc. They all are present in the blood. Okay, so and also some excretory products are also present. What is excretory products? Excretory means these are the products that has to be eliminated from the body. So it is lactic acid, urea, salts, etc. These all are the excretory products. Okay. And next thing is a heparin. Heparin is present. Heparin is an anticoagulant. What is anticoagulant? It is going to prevent the clotting of the blood. So which is present in the plasma. So next is blood clots at the site of injury. Why it is going to clot at the site of injury? For example, bleeding. Bleeding is nothing but small injury. If there is small injury from the injured area, the blood is going to blood loss. Okay. So to prevent the loss of the blood is going to clot. Clotting is nothing but liquid portion of the blood is going to turn into solid, semi-solid form. The semi-solid form is going to form a clot, and it will plug the injured area. As a result, the bleeding will be stopped. Okay. So again here the blood has 3 types of cells. Example RBC, WBC, platelets. These are 3 types of the cells. Okay. Now see here the RBC. RBC means red blood cells. So this is a small description about RBC. Here the RBC is going to carry oxygen. It is going to have the hemoglobin protein. It is going to help in the transportation. So again, 1 ml of the human RBC contains 5 million RBC cells which can live for 120 days. It means 120 days is a lifespan. 120 days is a lifespan, and within the lifespan, RBC cells are going to live and they are going to work. After that they are going to die in the liver. Okay. So in the spleen, liver and spleen. Okay. And most of the mature mammalian RBC do not have the nucleus. It means when these RBC mature, the nucleus is going to get damaged. Nucleus will get damaged. It means hence we can say that in the blood cells the RBC is not going to have the nucleus. So again, the total amount of adult human RBC can make the chain around 7 times from the equator. Means if you arrange one RBC to another RBC in this way, so you can make chain which is with the help of that chain you can circulate, or you can make circle 7 times around the earth from the equator. So those many RBC cells are present in the human body, which are very, very tiny in nature. Okay. So next is WBC. This WBC is a white colored blood cells. So they are also known as leukocytes. And also leuco means white. Okay, leuco means cyte. So here they do not contain hemoglobin. Due to the absence of hemoglobin in the WBC, they appear white in color or white in shape. Okay. So they are also the erythrocytes are also known as WBC erythrocytes. Okay, erythrocytes are also known as RBC. Okay. So next is granulocytes. What are the granulocytes? They are going to attack and destroy the microorganisms. Granulocytes divide into neutrophils, okay, basophils, eosinophils. So these are the three types of the granulocytes. Means again WBC is going to divide into granulocytes and also agranulocytes. So here the granulocytes means they are going to have some cells. They are helpful in the attacking and also destroying of the microorganisms. So here the dead WBC is going to come out as a pus. Okay, when the area is injured, so it is going to come out as a pus. Okay, so agranulocytes, they fight against the foreign material. Okay, foreign material like dust particles or so on. So on microorganisms, foreign is nothing but anything which doesn't belong to the body. Okay, that is known as foreign material. So again there are two types like lymphocytes and also monocytes. So again here the lymphocytes, they are going to secrete antibodies against the microorganisms, also foreign material. And what is monocyte? They move like amoeba and also engulf the foreign material. So they are also known as scavengers. Scavengers means they eat other materials. Okay, whatever the leftover waste materials are in the body, in the blood, they are going to clear that all materials. Okay. Next is the blood platelets. They are a group of blood cells that do not have the nucleus. These blood platelets do not have the nucleus also. Okay, so these cells prevent the loss of blood. Okay, and also they form a clot at the site of injury. Blood clots are at the site of injury to the blood vessels or wounded areas. They are going to help in the preventing the loss of blood. Okay, next is the muscular tissue. Okay, what is muscular tissue? Muscular tissue is nothing but so the muscle cells which are present in the body, which are helpful in the locomotion, is known as muscular tissue. Okay, this muscular tissue is made up of muscle fibers. Muscle fibers are nothing but muscle cells. They are muscle cells. So muscle fibers contain special protein known as contractile protein. So remember, the contractile protein is going to help in the contraction. Okay, so contraction and also relaxation. Okay, contraction, relaxation. So the contraction, relaxation of the muscles help in the producing heat during the winter season. Muscle cells are responsible for the movement of the organs in the body. Okay, so this is about it. And if you see in the winter season, your body, your muscle cells will shiver. Okay, shivering of the body will take place. Why the shivering is most important? Why? Because during the shivering process, muscle cells will contract and relax a lot of times. During this process, heat will be produced. That heat is maintained for the increasing body temperature. Okay, this is the main important aspect of it. So the muscle cells in the blood vessels help in the increasing and decreasing diameter. So the muscle cells also present in the blood vessels. When the muscle cells contract, what happens? The diameter, okay, diameter is previously like this, and after the muscle cells are going to contract in the blood vessel, the diameter is going to decrease. You can see the difference. Before the diameter is more, after the diameter is less. The diameter is decreased. Why the diameter is decreased? Because of the contraction of the muscle cells in the blood vessels. Okay. Now the heart is made up of muscle cells which helps in the pumping of blood and so on. Based on the structure, location, function, muscle cells are three types. Okay. One is striated. What is striated? Okay, it means they have striations. You can see in these muscles, their striations are present. These striations are present in this condition. It is not striated muscles. Okay. So they are multinucleated, means in the cytoplasm, many nucleus, okay, many nucleus are present. These many nucleus are, if the many nucleus are present, that is known as multinucleated, okay, and also they help in the movement of the body. Next is non-striated muscles. These muscles have long pointed ends with uninucleated cytoplasm, okay. So these cells are helpful. These cells are present in the alimentary canal, example blood vessels, etc. So they are voluntary muscles like smooth muscles. They are going to control the movement in various organs. Example, uterus, iris of the eye. Okay. So next, bronchus of the lungs, etc. They are present in the all those things. So they are non-striated. Why they are non-striated? Because they don't have any striations. No striations are present in it. Next one will be the cardiac muscle. So what is meant by cardiac? Cardiac refers to the presence of cardiac refers to the heart. Okay, the cardiac refers to the heart. Cardiac muscles means the muscles which are present in the heart is known as cardiac muscles. So these muscles have the striations, okay, and they have the intercalary disc between. They are also having some kind of disc-like structure. They are long and branched. They are branched also. So they are present in the heart and also responsible for the pumping of blood. Okay. So next is the nervous tissue. So nervous tissue is nothing but these are a type of cells. Okay. They are specialized and they are involved in the transmission of the stimulus. So neurons do not have any regenerative power. It means they are unable to divide. The neurons number cannot be divided. Okay, that is loss of regenerative power or no regenerative power. Okay, so they are going to carry signals, and also signals will be passed through neurons in the form of electric pulse. It means just consider this is one nerve, this is another nerve, and this is another nerve. From one nerve to another nerve, from another nerve to and again another nerve, the signals will be passed in this way. So this is known as transmission of signals, or in the form of electric impulses also, or sometimes chemicals also may pass in this way. So again, if you see, the nerve cell has a cell body or cyton, both are same. Okay. So cell body has different types. So what they have a prominent nucleus, large and prominent nucleus, along with micelle granules. Micelle granules are present, and around it there are branch-like structures. Those branch-like structures known as dendrites. So from the cell body, two things are coming. Two branch-like structures are coming. One is dendrites. So this is one projection. Okay. Next is axon. This is another projection. So dendrites are many and branched. Axon is only single one, and this is also very, very long. But dendrites are short. Okay. So here you can see the axon is coming from the cyton. So this is about axon. This is about cyton. So next, dendrites are small projections arising from the cell body, and they are sharp and more in number when compared to the axon. So hence the presence of dendrites, it is going to form a web-like structure near the nerve cell. Okay. So next one will be the axon. It is the longest projection arising from the cyton. So it is covered by the fatty layer called myelin sheet, and gaps are present between the myelin sheets known as nodes of Ranvier. Okay. So these are about a few important topics. Okay. So again, revise these topics again. Revise these small important information, so that you can write the exam better and you can score many marks. Okay. So we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture. Okay.